Are you tired of scrolling through endless job postings for entry-level developer roles, only to feel like you will never get one? They ask for skills from every tech stack imaginable: web, mobile, backend, and whatnot. It's confusing and even frustrating to know what you should focus on just to land that first role. But here is the truth: you don't need to know everything. In fact, the reality is much simpler than it seems. Stick with me as I break down what actually matters when preparing for your first developer role and what you can ignore to save yourself time and stress. Now, before we start talking about coding languages, framework, or portfolios, let's start with something important: job listings. Most entry-level job postings are written by people who don't know code, means people from the HR department who are just trying to get a sense of what's needed. This often leads to postings that demand a huge list of skills, most of which are not required. So don't feel pressured to know everything listed. Instead, focus on the main skills that can relate to that role. For instance, if the job is primarily about front-end work, knowing HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, or Angular well is likely enough. You don't need to be an expert in backend databases or mobile app development for an entry-level web developer role. To avoid wasting times on irrelevant skills, research the tech stack of the company. Look up current developers on LinkedIn and check their GitHub profiles to see what technology their website uses. This can give you a sense of specific tools you might need to know, saving you hours of studying unrelated tech. Once you know what skills are relevant, it's time to focus on learning them. You don't need a computer-science degree to land a developer job. In fact, many companies today are more interested in what you can do rather than where you learned it. So, if you are self-taught, focus on building real projects. These projects are going to be the backbone of your portfolio. Each project you work on makes you a better developer, builds your confidence, and gives you something concrete to show employers. What kind of projects should you include? Aim for projects that showcase a range of skills. Start with simple, with a basic web page or an interactive application that solves a small problem. As you improve, try building something that uses a full stack, like a small web app with a database. And remember, every project you build gives you a story to tell, something you can talk about in interviews that proves you know what you have actually done. Another way to learn faster and build a strong portfolio is to contribute to open source projects. Many open source projects welcome contributions from new developers, offering the chance to work on a real-world problem while collaborating with other developers. This is a great way to improve your coding skills, understand larger code bases, and make your GitHub profile more impressive. Plus, open source experience looks excellent on your resume as it demonstrates teamwork, initiative, and the ability to work with complex projects. Platforms like LeetCode, HackerRank, and CodeWar provide daily challenges that help you sharpen your problem-solving skills. These platforms not only give you practice but also allow you to learn different algorithms, data structures, and coding patterns. Participating in competitions or hackathons can also push your skills forward by setting deadlines and encouraging you to think outside the box. Now, simply listing your skills is not enough. Anyone can do that. To stand out, make sure you have projects that potential employers can actually interact with. Post your projects online so that interviewers can experience them directly. GitHub is a great place to store your code, but having a website where they can click and see your work in action is even better. This shows initiative, makes a stronger impression, and gives them something real to evaluate. Now, let's talk about getting noticed. Many companies want to know that you are good fit or not, just technically, but also culturally. This is where networking comes in. Building relationships can help you get your foot in door where your resume alone might not. Attend coding meetups, join online communities, or connect with other developers on LinkedIn. You never know, someone you meet might know about a job opening that's perfect for you. And if you are open to it, internships or part-time jobs can help you gain experience, learn on the job, and expand your network. Another big tip is to go through mock interviews. There are tons of free and paid resources that offer mock interviews with a real feedback. This helps you get comfortable with the interview format and understand what kind of questions you might face. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel when you are in an actual interview. One big advantage in today's world is the endless access to free resources and communities that can guide you. Join coding forums, follow developers on social media, contribute to open source projects, or even just watch coding tutorials. All of these will help you expand your skills and stay motivated when things get challenging. Plus, by joining these communities, you get to learn from others' experiences and maybe even collaborate on projects, which looks fantastic on a resume. Before the big day, do your homework on the company, get to know their products, their tech stack, and even their company values. This helps you tailor your answers and shows the interviewer that you are genuinely interested in the role, not just applying to anything that's available. Alright, now you have got a solid roadmap to secure that first entry-level programming job. Remember, it's about demonstrating your skills through projects, engaging with the community, and building a portfolio that speaks for itself. So don't just stop at learning. Start applying these tips to land that role you are after. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with anyone else who is also on the job hunt. And let me know in the comments what's your biggest challenge in landing your first programming job. I would love to help you out. Keep pushing forward, stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next video.